Hey everybody, it's Justin from Belt, and I'm getting 6 to 8 inches of snow tonight. It's already started, and so this is going to be a great opportunity for me to put some of these power shovels, electric snow shovels, mini snow blowers, through their paces. Basically, these are small snowblower corkscrews that throw the snow that are mounted to an outdoor edger tool body. And some brands even have this as just an attachment that you can add to that. I tried to order as many as I could get a hold of when I saw snow on the horizon. So 6 days ago, I tried to obtain as many as I could. I have 5. One is not present at the moment, but will make it into this video from Lifely. We also have the Ryobi, Dewalt, Snow Joe, and a no-name brand from Walmart that I was able to get. There are others out there. These were what I could get once I saw snow on the horizon. Everything else, for the most part, is order online, and there's one at Best Buy that they just don't stock anywhere in my state, so I couldn't get a hold of one. These are interesting. They will not replace an entire large push-behind snowblower. I have a 600-foot-long gravel driveway that I have to plow. These are not going to be able to do that. But I'm very interested to see where they fit into place, if they are a worthwhile tool for you to purchase in addition to a big blower, or maybe you're in a situation where you don't need a big blower. Snow is more rare in your cases, and so maybe something like this will fulfill your needs, and it won't take up a lot of space or break the bank. So let's put them through their paces today on Belt. This is the TISA from Walmart. I apologize, you will hear me mispronounce this many times throughout the video. It is a weird company name, honestly. It has a 2-button trigger with large buttons on both sides. It has directional vanes. It includes a 4 amp hour battery and charger. The handle is adjustable to the angle that you like. And uniquely, this can disassemble into 3 pieces. The poles use a connector pin inside to transmit power, which is great for storage. So this is the cheapest in our lineup. It comes with 1 battery. It's labeled as 20 volt, 4 amp hours. So when you use this one, you're going to use it all the way until you kill it, and then you're going to have to stop and recharge it. But I did try, because I have pretty much all the battery platforms here in the shop, Makita. Makita's 18 volt batteries also power this. So one cool little feature, I didn't see that listed anywhere, but obviously it works. I will give you a warning though. If you use batteries that are not built for that platform, batteries are actually pretty intelligent. They don't want to run completely dead. It will permanently brick them. So when your tool slows down and then stops, it's actually still preserving some battery in here. When you use a battery that's not meant for its platform, this one here only has 2 prongs, which means it's only taking the positive and negative power from this. It's not transmitting data to this. It's not communicating intelligently with it. So this tool will kill this battery all the way 100% if you allow it to. So be careful if you do use the battery that does not come with the unit, because you don't obviously want to damage these permanently. Next, we have the Dewalt 20 volt sold at Home Depot in store. It has a 3-part trigger, battery cover, non-adjustable handle. This is the only one that is height adjustable with a telescoping pole. And it has directional vanes. The Snow Joe is sold at Amazon. It has a 2-part trigger where you slide a button up to activate. There is no directional vanes to control where the snow goes, but there are models that do have this. It comes with a 4 amp hour battery and charger. The Ryobi is sold at HomeDepot.com. It has the same 2-button trigger design as the TISA. It has a non-adjustable handle, and it does not have directional vanes. I was going to wait until tomorrow morning to go out and start doing our tests, but I just checked and it's coming down heavy as sleet, which is the worst case for me, but I figure, you know what, let's go out in the dark right now. Hopefully I can get good camera footage of it. We're going to shovel in the sleet and we're going to see how it works, and then hopefully we get some more powder. Hopefully it transitions overnight, so at least we get some more of the fluffy stuff that we can show how it works with that later tomorrow. We have a 1/2 inch of ice sleet on the ground, and so starting off, the TISA removes it well, throwing about 20 feet. The Ryobi removes it well, throwing about 10 feet. The Dewalt is having difficulty, and I have to do a lot of little movements, and it's only throwing about 10 feet. The Snow Joe is throwing at the farthest at 20 to 25 feet, but it's not getting any of the lowest ice. It's gotten colder, and it doesn't seem like they're grabbing the lowest ice very well, so I hit the same area with all 4 of the machines one more time, just to see if it would clear, and only the Tisa was able to grab the ice in this area. I then unleashed my wife and sons, rotating who's using which of the power shovels. All 4 of them work fine, throwing the top layer of material. They really are a light, easy tool to clear snow and obviously sleet here. And yes, I do know that we have very little at the moment. Hopefully I can show you some deeper snow tomorrow. Owen then took it to the gravel road that we live on. It's a solid sheet of ice there now, but there are rocks still sticking up, obviously. And when he hits rocks sticking up, it kicks the unit or it fully jams it. And so, we tested this for you, just so you would know. I personally do not recommend you use these machines on gravel as it can severely damage them. And also, they don't have height adjustment sleds that typical snowblowers have to glide over the top of rocks. All right, so we just cleaned the driveway. How long did that take us?
About 30 minutes, yeah. 30 minutes.
So we did the driveway, we did the front walkway, the front stoop, and Owen was out experimenting in the gravel driveway some. Let's give some positive and some negatives. So which one did the best in the ice?
The Tisa.
The Tisa from Walmart. That one whole-handedly did the best. Now, after the family came out, it continued to get colder, and I feel like we didn't really chip up a lot of ice after that point. So moot point, but it did show good promise in the beginning. What about best for the gravel, Owen?
For the gravel, I would say the Ryobi, but it didn't shoot very far compared to the other ones.
Okay.
So
speaking to that, which 2 shot the farthest?
The
Tisa
and
the Snow Joe?
Yeah.
It was noticeable that the Ryobi and the Dewalt did not shoot as far. Now that's on this icy material. We'll see what happens with more powdery snow. Some negatives. Me personally, a big negative to me was this button on the Dewalt. I hated it. It has a little itty bitty flip. Then you press down, then you have a third area to press down. And with my gloves on, it was clumsy, right? I personally liked being able, and this was something new to me because, I have a big snowblower, but I've never experimented with these before. I liked how I would just turn it on when I was going to use it, and then I let go. And then I turned it on when I was going to use it, and then I let go. I wasn't wasting battery just walking around with it running the whole time. And that was very easy on the other 3 compared to that one. You also did not like how short that Ryobi was.
Yeah.
So Owen and I are 5'11", Ben's 5'10", Mom's 5'6". You didn't feel anything with that?
No,
okay.
It was fine.
How about you? Did you?
I didn't feel anything.
Okay, so maybe after that 5'11" mark was the little too short. You can see how short in comparison to these other ones. Any other negatives?
The button on the Snow Joe I thought was tricky, especially with the gloves on.
These 2, just with the button right there, is important. And as Owen just whispered, directional. Only 2 of these have directional shoots. It's really important. So, when you're out on the driveway and you have a big area, sure, okay, I can shoot straight. But when you were doing like the front stoop, when you're doing the walkway and stuff, shooting it right in front of you just gives you more work to do later.
Yeah, that was just tricky.
Isn't that great? And something like the Ryobi that's not shooting that far, if it's not shooting that far and it's shooting right in front of you, then you're just doubling up your work again. So being able to shoot it off to the side is pretty good. But that was ice. This should not be the total package. It was only about a ½ an inch. I wanted to experiment with it. Let's see in the morning how much snow we get and see how they do then. Well, of course, those weather people were incorrect. I really planned this video because I saw that we were going to get about 6 to 8 inches of snow. And we only got about 2 inches considering what we had already taken off of the driveway prior to this. So I'm going to continue. Hopefully we get another snow in another couple days, so I can incorporate everything into the video. I want to show deeper snow, but let's go ahead. This snow is a lot more powdery, so let's see how they do. All of the machines work very well on snow, and as you can see, my wife is easily cleaning our walkway with each of the models. This makes this type of work really easy, and honestly, she's able to get up on stairs and a platform up there that I could never take my big snowblower up on. I then set up the camera to try and capture the angle of throw from each of these units. The Snow Joe throws the highest at around 10 feet in the air. The Dewalt is super low at 3 feet, but more on that in a minute. The Tisa has the second highest at around 6 to 7 feet high, and the Ryobi is about 4 to 5 feet off the ground. We actually have a giant chunk taken out of this Dewalt right here, and a giant chunk taken out of this Dewalt right here. I'm gonna bet this is from when Owen was out on the driveway or on the gravel road. I wanted you to hear how each of these units sound. They're pretty quiet overall. So the family continued with the cleaning. I brought out the big snow blower, and it honestly doesn't throw that much farther than the Snow Joe or even the Tisa. The units all cleared the snow easily, but in the end, it was the Tisa that was able to get all of the blacktop exposed by chipping up all of the ice. None of the other ones could chip up the ice. The directional vanes are really important, as you can see here. Ben is making more work for himself by not being able to throw the snow forward and to the right. As the Ryobi and the Snow Joe can only throw straight, he's putting snow back on the already cleared area. So he's just causing more work for himself. We broke the Dewalt, and now what has been our favorite because of being able to get rid of this ice that we have right now, the Tisia has a rock. So I knocked my mic off right there. The rock is lodged in the front under the auger, and it definitely took me a few minutes to get it out of there. It was really wedged pretty good. It did leave the auger a little deformed right there where the rock had been stuck, but we continued to use it, and it really didn't affect the ice chipping capability or how well it threw the snow. Okay, so a lot of good information that I got even after we stopped using these, so bear with me for a minute. First off, the most powerful ones out of here were the Tisia and the Snow Joe. They threw much farther than the Dewalt and the Ryobi. The Ice King is definitely the Tisia. It was the only one out of here that could attack that stuff. That was a really happy surprise, and you know, it wasn't something that I intended to test on here, but it was really good there. And being that this is the cheapest model, and typically it's half the price of the other ones, that's really, really good. And that is definitely why I recommend this one. This is my top model in here because it has the directional flute. It breaks down really small. It's the cheapest. The battery life amongst all of them was about 2 hours. All of them started dying at around the 2 hour 15 mark with real world usage. My family, we were just rotating who had what. So battery life wasn't the consideration that I thought it was going to be. I thought these two were going to have a leg up because having these tool batteries, if you were on one of these two platforms, you'd be able to swap it out and you'd basically have infinite battery power. But that's when I thought that these were probably going to run at about half an hour and then die. But 2 hours run time is pretty good. You're going to be able to clean off quite a bit with that. If you live in a suburban property, if you're just cleaning off the sidewalk, your driveway, these are going to do great for you. You don't have to have the big snowplow. I have a big gas snowplow. I'm very familiar with that. I need it, but not everybody needs that. This, especially at like an $80-something price tag, might be able to fit your needs. And so that's what I was really interested in here. I have a herniated disc in my back, so it flares up when I do shoveling. This is like the worst possible position that I could be in for my back. And so this alleviated all of that. This was so easy to get snow off of my driveway with. So very happy there. But there is one really big important thing that I didn't realize until I did this video that now seems obvious to me. But it is the auger, the corkscrew that spins on here. On all 4 of these, it is plastic. On my big snowblower, it has pins that break should the auger get stuck, and that's to prevent the machine from, injuring itself. And so I keep extra pins on hand so that if that happens, I can just replace it. So with these augers, the Dewalt broke in the first 15 minutes when Owen was using it on the gravel driveway, which I do not recommend, but I needed to test, so I could understand to tell you. It broke right away. The other ones got rocks stuck in them too, but all of these, the auger, let's take a look at them. The Ryobi is in great condition. The Snow Joe's in great condition. The Tisia is still pretty good. That one had 3 rocks in it that I had to really pry out, but the plastic is malleable. It bends a little bit with these, and so it was forgiving when it encountered those rocks. The one on the Dewalt is a really hard, rigid plastic, and so when it hit that rock, it shattered. I went to Dewalt's website. There are other reviews of this auger shattering there as well. So I think it's indicative of the manufacturing of this particular one and the material that they're using. I then contacted Dewalt to say, hey, can I buy extra augers so that I could have them on hand? Just like that pin for my other snowblower, I want to be able to have extra augers if this is a tool that I'm going to be using, especially if it goes out of warranty or out of its return window. I want to have extra augers for those situations. Dewalt sent me over to its manufacturer, I guess, and then they just said return it. So kind of negative on the customer service there, Dewalt. I expected better from you there. The Ryobi, you can order a replacement. The Snow Joe, you can order a replacement. The Tisia, I contacted them through Walmart. I did not get a response within 48 hours, which is just the same as saying no, because if I can't reach you, I'm not going to be able to get stuff. So maybe a question mark we label to that one, but it is half the price of some of these other ones. So, Hey, it's video editor Justin. So I recorded this video at Christmas time 2025. I'm editing this to put it out right now in the middle of January. And I just went to DeWalt's website to check on the pricing before I put it at the bottom of the screen. It appears that DeWalt has actually just discontinued this brand new model because obviously, like I stated in the video, it has very brittle plastic on the auger there. And so they are obviously breaking for everybody. So just thought I'd share that fun little tidbit. The auger is very important. And so I'm going to try and do another one of these videos. Hopefully the snow, cooperates with me and I get some more snow. I'll be in Vegas for CES next week. So hopefully after I get back, it will snow again. And I'm going to pick up some more models and we're going to run these tests again with what it has. I'm going to keep the Tisia. This one was my favorite, my whole family's favorite. We all unanimously said this one was the best out of these 4. And we'll see how that stacks up against the new batch next time around. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more of these. That way you're notified when my next video comes out on that. Otherwise, stay safe in the shop, and I'll see you in the next one.